So sorry, this is gonna have to be a part 2. I'm trying to do these videos a little bit fast. I hope you'll forgive me. And let's go right into more feminine decks that I've been working with. My dog is requiring a lot of attention today, so he's gonna chill right there. So this is from the 7 Directions, and it is an affirmation deck, and it is very to the point, sweet, punchy, just like positive statements. I use this actually in my classes a lot. They're great for students. For, how many of these are upside down? It's pretty accessible. Who is calling me? Look at this. I am not going to answer that number. So yeah, authenticity is sexy. These are lovely. There's some like statements in here that you've probably heard before that are just awesome to remind yourself, start your day off, end your day off with. So that is the Wisdom deck from the 7 Directions. You can get this online pretty easily. There's a lot more cards in there, but let's move on. Feathers. I actually rounded off these edges because it came with a pretty sweet fake wool. It's not real, or maybe no, I don't think it is. And the edges were sharp and they were pointed, so they were getting stuck. So I rounded them, and I really like that. This deck. Sacred Rebels Oracle. I don't really get attracted to like the Blue Angel deck so much, mainly because even though the artwork is amazing, it's hard to read from them. So I tend to only get these kinds of decks if I know that the book is gonna rock, and that is the case with this deck. This book is freaking amazing. It's almost hard to get past a single card because each section has enough in it. Each card has enough in it. There's a full healing process. Prayers you can say, and as you can see, a single card will go multiple pages, and they're so beautiful. And this is about authentic living. If you're kind of an independent lady or someone who is inspired to create for their own, to have autonomy in the world of making money, and mainly just a female-driven, I use that word, but obviously it doesn't matter. If you're a man and use this deck, whatever, it's great. It just has a lot of chicks in it, a lot of females in it, but this deck is amazing for, I actually read with it a lot before I go into a gig, like before I teach and stuff. And it just recenters me into why I create, why I do things, why it's a requirement to be brave and strong, and know that your creation is valid and it should be manifested, and that if it comes from the heart, I'm trying to turn the light back on, if it comes from the heart and it follows sensations of love and service and what else? Yeah, authenticity. I'm babbling. Focus on the light. Some of these really, really hit home and continues to do so. So I like using this deck for single card draws. A lot of these are really good for single card draws. As you can see, it is highly feminine, and it is very creative angled, like creative lifestyle angled. But just, it's so empowering. The messages are so empowering. I dig it. What's the one I really, really love? Oh yeah, like in the world, not of the world. Right, that kind of sums up a lot of the messages in this deck. The word wants to be written. Like, do your thing, man. Start creating. It's ready. You're ready. Faith in the process. Yeah, I'll let you think about that deck. As I said, the guidebook is everything. So is the artwork, but the guidebook is pretty friggin' phenomenal. I could not finish this video without the moon deck. I was one of those original like crowdfunding investor people. Mainly I bought the deck when it was in the process of getting printed, and then went to an event, met the 3 ladies who created this deck, experienced my first sound bath, which led me on a whole different journey. So I'm really appreciative of these ladies for offering a sound bath that day, because I'd never had one, and now I'm offering them in my retreat, and I attend them all the time. They're amazing. I have literally just bought, behind this couch is a huge 12-inch heart chakra crystal singing bowl. So the actual people behind this deck sent me on a new path, which I appreciate very much. But I love the entire aesthetic of this deck. The box, the cardstock, like this baby shuffles like butter. I absolutely love the quality of the paper. Even the book has this off-white, it just creates, I'm a graphic designer as well by day, and this shit is solid. I also really like the practical applications of each card. So there is ritual on the other side. The writer, Arona, is really succinct. She says exactly what needs to be said. No more, no less. The silk effect, painting on silk in the back, creates this really consistent aesthetic and color palette, and then the line drawings are beautiful. For some reason, I super resonate with the format of the cards, which are these like sentence statements. And I really resonate with that style. And coming back to the same card over and over again, it still feels fresh. So this is a huge workhorse from me. And I have memories tied to these cards with people who I've worked with them. Revelations that they had, personal discoveries that they had by being triggered by these cards. Mainly things about acceptance and rest. But holy shit, this deck is just a lovely, fresh breeze of wisdom. I dig it. The moon deck. Amazing what can be done with a team, right? Let me try to get through these. This is the I Am power deck, and it is tiny, and it's got 108 cards, right? It's kind of a sacred number, and it's an affirmation deck, and it's very colorful. This one is lovely for multiple card pulls. I actually like some of the suggestions in the deck for spreads, and it's good for single card pulls. Also really useful in what I do for movement. I use this in my classes, and it's just a mini stunner. It is cute. It kind of gets you focused on important things. And it is so big. It's so full of content, even though it's just I am statements. And this deck has been a great reminder about constructing thought and forming thought in that I am